Hello and welcome to GFS Sport TV once again. This is Ellie on this very Photoshop tutorial. So in these tutorials, I'll be teaching you guys 3D product packaging design. Okay, so we'll be learning how to do a 3D looking mockup in Photoshop, just like what we have on the screen. As you can see, I have placed my logo on a can. Okay, so this is what we'll be doing in Adobe Photoshop. So let's quickly get straight into these tutorials. So open up Photoshop, because Photoshop is what we'll be using for these tutorials, and then import the image reference that we'll be using to do our mockup. So this very can image, I have already dropped a link in the video description, so you can refer to the video description and then click on the link to download this image, because this is what we'll be using as our reference image for this very tutorial. So let me quickly import mine. Right, so now we have our can image that we'll be using for the tutorials. Yes, so the next thing we want to do is to add up our mockup or our image or logo to this very can. So in order to do that, we'll need to create a new layer. From the layer panel by clicking here, and then what we need to do here is you can go in for your either your rectangular marquee tool and draw a border, and then fill it with a color by pressing Alt backspace, or you can simply go to your rectangle tool. What we are trying to do is to create a border around the can, okay, around the portion of the can that we'll be placing our logo or image on in order to create the mockup. So that's the idea behind the rectangle we are creating. So let me click and drag. Okay, right, and then over here, what we need to do is to convert this rectangle to a smart object. The reason why we have to convert to a smart object is that we would like to manipulate this in a separate Photoshop window. Okay, yes, and then we come back here and then align it well to fit with our can. So after converting to smart object by right clicking on the layer and selecting convert to smart objects like I did already, now you need to double click on it to open it in a new window. Okay, yes, so this is what I would like to fill up the portion of the can that I want it to reflect on. Yes, so I will need my logo just as we have in the completed version. Okay, so I'm using the GFS Sport TV logo. So you can use any logo or any image that you need to follow along with these tutorials. So let me quickly import my file. I go to place embed and then go to my GFS Sport TV folder and pick up my logo. Place. Yes, I'm sure you have also done the same. Great. So I've successfully imported this. So in order for it to reflect at this end where we have the can, what you need to do is you need to save. So by pressing Ctrl S, or you go to file and click on save. Okay, so now let's check it out. Good. So you can see it has been updated just as we have over here. Right. So the next thing we want to do is to align this very label to our can. Okay, all right, so let's reduce the opacity a bit so that we can see what we are doing. and then we need to warp it in order to align with the can. Okay, so in order to warp it, you just go ahead and press Ctrl T to bring out the transform controls, and then you right click and then go to your warp tool, or you can choose to distort it first. So let's distort it first of all. Sorry, Control T, and then let's rotate it a bit before we start warping it, in order to get the desired angle we are looking for. Right, so this is the angle that we are looking out for. So once you are comfortable with your angles settings, then you press enter. Okay, so in order to warp it, we need to go back to Control T and then right click and then select warp. So start positioning it from the edges. To wrap around the can, just like what I'm doing over here. Okay. Good. So now you realize we have been able to warp it around, but there's still some more work for us to do. We need to make it fit into the can accurately. Okay, so we would like to make it fit into this portion where we would obviously like our label to be displayed. So in order to do that, we need to make a selection. So come to the can layer and make a selection. So let me quickly convert this from background into a layer by double clicking. So let me name this can. Okay, so now I have to make my selection. So let me quickly go along to crop. Let me quickly crop this out. Let me quickly crop this out. I'll be bringing you a tutorials on how you can crop. Okay, so let me quickly do this in order to save time. So we are cropping along the portion which we would want. Let me zoom this a bit. The portion in which we want our label to fit, in order to give us a more realistic looking mockup. Okay, yeah. If you are new to this channel, I'll urge you to subscribe to this channel and click on the bell button to turn on notifications, so that when I drop any content you'll be notified. Okay, or if you are a returning viewer on my channel and you've not yet subscribed, I will urge you to please go ahead and subscribe for more contents. Okay, so I need to bring my selection on a new layer. Good. So as you can see, I successfully cropped the portion in which I want the label to perfectly fit in. So let me name this as selection. All right, so let me go back and turn on my my label. Right, so in order for the label to fit in, you need to make sure that the selected layer is right beneath the label layer, okay, just as you can see here. So, and then come in between and hold down the alt key until the mouse cursor changes into this arrow you are seeing over there, and then you click in between to mask it. So what we just did is masking, okay, right. So yes, our label has successfully masked into the selection or the portion which we want it to mask on the can. But you realize it's not looking realistic, just like what we have over here. Yeah, it's just looking abstract or flat. So in order to do that, we need to play with the blend modes to get it to a more realistic, to make it look more realistic. So from the blend modes over here, set it to, I want to use linear burn. Yes, this doesn't always work with your image or label, depending on your color tone or something. So you can just play with other blend modes and see which one is suitable for your excuse me, for your label. So let me place it on, let me go back to linear burn, right, and that's it. Right, so we have successfully come to the end of this amazing tutorial. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, I will urge you to please subscribe to my channel, that's GFS Sport TV, and turn on the notifications by clicking on the bell button so that anytime I drop a content, you'll be notified. Okay, right. So if there is any more questions you would like to ask regarding these tutorials, or if you would want me to do tutorials about a specific topic, feel free to respond under the comment section, and then I will follow up. Okay, all right, thank you guys, have a lovely day. Bye.